should have ate breakfast because I'm gonna be here for a minute. Hi you guys, it's your girl Jasmine and I'm back with another hair video. I finally got those braids out. So today's hair video is gonna be soft locks, faux locks, whatever you want to call them. And right now I'm just showing you guys my undercut. I had an undercut and there's a picture of it. And I got my hair cut in March of last year. So it's growing back pretty quickly. So that is about a year worth of growth. So in order to start off with this style, you do need freshly washed hair and you do want to blow dry it. Okay, these next few clips are just some of the supplies and types of hair that you need. Alright you guys, so we're going to get into the video. So now I'm just sectioning off my hair because I got to get most of this hair out of the way. And y'all, throughout this video, excuse my crazy faces. I was listening to music and watching TV all at the same time. Alright, so I definitely love starting in the back, and you do want to use some type of edge control or something with a strong hold to it. And I like to put the edge control on first, especially in the back, just to try to get as much of my fuzzies or BBs or naps, whatever you call it, in the part. And my parts, they aren't straight, and you'll start to see that throughout the video. I never really do the squared or blocked parts because it just takes too much time trying to part my hair, so I just scoop some out. And I'm showing you guys on my undercut first, and then I'll jump to the part on the longer parts of my hair, just to show you guys that this style is achievable on short and long hair. So to start off, all you're doing is parting and braiding. So if you have short hair like this piece right here, you are just going to braid that piece all the way to the end. Okay, so here is a better demonstration for those of you that have super long hair. So instead of braiding it all the way to the end, you're going to braid it about an inch or a little bit over an inch. And then once you feel that you've gotten down far enough, you're going to split those 3 strands into 2. And then you're just going to start twisting, which you'll see me do right here. So I'm splitting it, and then I'm getting a little bit more of the edge control just to seal it. And what I do to keep my twist really, really tight, I roll each strand between my 2 fingers. I'm trying to get closer. But yeah, I roll each strand in between my 2 fingers just to give that a really, really tight twist so it doesn't unravel. Okay, you guys, so I did decide to slow the video down a little bit so you guys could see how I'm rolling each strand in between my fingers before I twist it. And I thought this would be a good demonstration, nice and slow, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so when you get to the end, just use a little bit of the edge control just to seal your ends off. It's not going to be perfect, but it actually helps when it comes to wrapping. Okay, so now I'm finished. I'm just pulling my hair back because I am actually getting ready to go take a lunch break. So I did like how it looked, just braided up. It was kind of thin because of the cut, but I still thought it was a decent looking style. So in the next clip, you'll see that I have my hoodie on and I just came back from Chick-fil-A. Alright, so now I always say at this point, you're actually in a good stopping point where you should go and moisturize your hair, like before you put the locks in. And this is really easy, and you can actually get to every part because it's not like a ton of hair in your head just yet, and you want to massage it in and definitely massage like the oil down your hair as well. And this is my favorite spray that you see me using, so you'll see me use it in a couple of videos, and it actually makes your hair grow really fast. Okay, so now we're moving on to the locks, which is the part that I'm sure you all have been waiting on. So with this part, I always like to start off with adding a little bit or a few locks onto the latch hook before I actually get started. And I found out that it's easier to thread them on from the twisty looking thing. Forgot what you call those things, but don't take them off the tie, the twist tie, whatever you call them. Just leave them on and try to like thread them from there onto the latch hook. It makes it very easy, as opposed to you pulling it off and trying to thread one on at a time. It slows up the process. Okay, so here's the part where we're going to latch the locks onto individual braids. So what you're doing is you're putting the lock through the braid, and then you're going to take the end of the lock, trying to get it through, it's like snagging my hair, but you take the end of the lock and you put it into the hook, and then you close the latch. It's hard when you're not in front of a mirror, but after you close the latch, you're going to pull the end of the lock back through, and you're going to pull it through your hair and the loop that was at the top of the lock, and then you pull it, and then you're just going to tighten it up. And you don't have to do it really tight, And another thing is, don't do your braids so tight because it's going to hurt when you try to get the lock and the latch hooked through. And in some of my areas, I think I braided it too tight and it kind of hurt. But I mean, it didn't hurt that bad that I couldn't stand it. So yeah. And what we're going to do now is just latch all of them on before we start wrapping. Just try to get the whole head filled with locks. You may miss a few. I know I missed a few and I had to go back and add them in later on. And I'm just going to keep showing you guys so you guys can get a good example on how, and then I'll speed everything up. Okay, so here's a good angle. So I actually slowed the video down so you guys can see it a little bit better. So what you see is me taking the hook and going up under the braid. And I'm going to push it through enough so that latch is free. And then now I'm trying to like talk with the video. But now I'm going to take the end of the lock. It's so slow. And I'm going to put it in the hook. Then I'm going to close the latch. I'm trying to make sure I get all of it in there because I don't want it to snag. So yeah, now the latch is closed. And I'm going to pull it through. And you see me pushing the lock up so that I'm able to pull it through the loop and the braid at the same time, but sometimes that won't happen, so you may have to do it individually. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. It came through the braid, but it didn't go through the loop. I don't know why they made the loop so tiny, but now you are going to see me pull it through. So same thing, just close the latch again, and now we're going to pull it through the loop. Okay, so now we got it. And now you're just going to take it, pull it through, and then pull it up so you can tighten it around the braid. I think that was a good angle, so I hope y'all got something out of that one since it's up front. Alright, so now everything is crocheted in, at least most of them, because like I said, I did miss a few. I said missed. I don't know what the hell I just said. Alright, so definitely pull it back so you can see. And now it's time to use our human hair. You want to cut that straight piece off. So chop that off. Try not to cut too far. Just cut right where the curl and the straight piece meets. And now you're going to take a small piece. It doesn't take much. And what you do is you hold the lock and the braid together. Then you take a short end, or short, like, I don't know how to describe it. Don't lay it on there in half. And then when you add it on, start it like you're getting ready to braid. And then take the long piece and just start wrapping. Or you can wrap the short piece first and then switch to the long piece. So you'll see me do that too. And a good thing about this style, if you have short hair, you're going to be done much quicker than I was. So what you want to do is just wrap it to the length of your hair. You don't have to wrap it all the way down the lock. For me though, when I got to the top, my hair and the lock were about the same length, so I had to wrap all the way down. So you see that I'm stopping right there, and in order to seal the hair that you're wrapping, you want to wrap it back up, like towards the scalp, and you wrap it until you run out of that entire strand of hair. And it sits really nice. And like I said before, use a small piece of the human hair or the Afro kinky hair, because you don't want the lock to be fat up top and then thin on the bottom. So you want to keep it looking uniform, or at least the same size. Alright, so one more time, I'm going to slow it down just a little bit and I'm going to talk you guys through it. So grab a short end of the Afro kinky hair, and then you're going to grab the lock and the braid together, and you're going to start off as if you were braiding just until you get it around there enough. And then now you're going to hold the short end, the lock, and your braid together in one hand, and take the other end and just start wrapping it around all three of those things. And the goal is to wrap everything together so that, I forgot what I was going to say. But the goal is to wrap everything together so that it looks like the lock is all in one. And I do have some like dry areas in my hair, so you may see like small flakes, but not a lot. Well, I think it's just that one. But also, like I said, you're gonna wrap until you get to the end of your braid. So that braid ends right there. So now I'm just kind of like wrapping it until I get to the end of that strand so I can seal the lock. And like I said, also wrap going back towards the scalp. So wrap up. You're just wrapping like up and down just to seal it. And you're going to wrap it to the very last strand. And you can also palm roll it to make sure that you seal it. And now I'm going to speed everything up so we can get to the end. Alright, you guys, we are all done. Actually, no, like if you pay close attention, you may see the ones that I did miss, but I'm done like for this video. But fun fact, it took me 2 days because I broke it up. So once I got to the point where I finished hooking them all in, I kind of like went and spent time with my friend. But it's a quick process if you have short hair. If you have long hair like mine, prepare to be there for a while. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little short clip of how everything looked, and I hope you guys enjoyed.